Typhlosion will be released in Generation 9 OU on Friday the 14th in the Terra Raid battle in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. While Typhlosion looks really cool as a design, does it have any play in the competitive scene? The short answer is no. Typhlosion suffers from two major problems: power creep and move pool. Typhlosion's offensive stats of 109 special attack and 100 speed, while they aren't inherently bad on the surface, in Generation 9, we have Pokemon like Goldango, Dragapult, Skeledirge, etc. that have way better stats for what they're trying to be, aka their stat distribution is much better than Typhlosion. Typhlosion is literally an all-out attacker, but its lack of power in a 109 special attack stat really hurts what it wants to be best. It needs a 115 special attack stat just like its Hisuian form to be much better in its department. However, because of Typhlosion's middling speed and poor defenses, it really warrants a choice scarf onto this Pokemon so it can outspeed and spam a powerful eruption. If you get choice specs, while yes, initially the damage output will be nice, it's not hard to outspeed it with the switch into something like Garchomp who can kill it right after. Furthermore, the ability to change typing with terastilization is also a thing. Great Tusk Terra Water can easily live its fire type moves, or even a Terra Water Amoonguss. You also have to then consider whether your specs or scarf the possibility of flash fire users like Sarilege coming in and completely taking advantage of you being locked into moves. Walls like Garganacl, Dozo, Skeledirge, etc. are also there to power through, and there's just too much for it to go through in OU. Typhlosion's move pool as well has always been its Achilles heel when it wants to be great. It literally only has fire type coverage with the exception of Shadow Ball and something like Extrasensory, and those are really your only coverage moves. Typhlosion actually has great physical moves like EQ or Play Rough, but that attack stat is also looking very rough considering the fact that it already struggles on offense. I get it. Terastilization is a huge thing in today's meta, and now it has an option to run a Terra Grass Blast or something like that, but like I said earlier, its lack of offensive power, plus being locked into a move most likely, it won't be that hard to revenge kill it the next turn. On top of that, terastilization for this Pokemon seems pretty predictable considering the lack of coverage moves. This is why Typhlosion is regarded as a worse Charizard. Charizard has something that Typhlosion will most likely never have, and that's the option to set up. If Typhlosion got a setup move like Calm Mind or something just like its Hisuian form, I can see justification for why you would want to run this Pokemon over other fire type perhaps. But regular Typhlosion just doesn't have as much in its arsenal as a Flash Fire offensive Pokemon. If you're going to use a fire type Pokemon, just use Sarilege. It is much better and offers multiple dimensions to its gameplay. Typhlosion is a one-trick Pony, choice scarf or choice specs eruption, and then when it's low, fire off another coverage move or just sack off. That's pretty much how Typhlosion usually run. And hey, quickly, if you guys are enjoying the content, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing. We are currently on the road to 7k subs, and I really appreciate all of your guys' support. I make high quality videos just like this pretty often, and if you guys enjoyed this, I'm sure you're going to enjoy my future content. Anyways, back to the video. There are also two other smaller minor things for Typhlosion that just make it unbearable. Typhlosion is not favored in this heavy hazard meta with rocks and spikes being everywhere. Especially since it relies on choice items, it will take a lot of damage every time it switches in. While you could say why not just run heavy duty boots, but then you're also completely sacrificing its offensive potential for a Pokemon that already has major problems with it. Lastly, it is not that even hard to come by in a switch with its horrendous defensive capabilities. You'll be lucky to switch it in, and even when you do, you will have hazards to deal with. There's just so much for this Pokemon to handle, and truthfully I believe it will falter in the competitive scene pretty fast. Anyways, comment down below what you guys think, join the Discord, and become a channel member today to support this channel even further.